Bonjour, c'est Claire at French in the Midlands. This is part 2 of a previous video I made, which was very popular, about words that are used the wrong way by English speakers and what to say instead. There's quite a few more I needed to add to the first video, so here they are. The first time, and probably the one I hear every day, is whether you should use temps or fois. Specifically when you want to say things like 3 times a week, people use temps when they should use fois. So you need to say 3 fois par semaine, not 3 temps par semaine. If you said temps, it's only used for the time that passes or for the weather, so it really doesn't mean anything. If you say 3 temps par semaine, I wouldn't understand what you mean. I know, because you're an English speaker, that you confuse temps and fois, so I would know what you mean that way. But someone who's not aware of foreign languages, not aware of how English works, wouldn't know what you mean. So 3 fois par semaine. The same problem arises with temps versus heure. English speakers are never quite sure which one to use, especially when they want to say things like I am on time. You actually need to say je suis à l'heure, because it's the time on your watch you're talking about. It's not the weather or time that passes. That's why you don't say je suis à temps. If you say je suis à temps, it would actually mean I am in time, but in time for what? So you see, that doesn't work. If you want to say what's the weather like, that's when you would use the word temps. You'd say il fait quel temps. And when I ask the question, il fait quel temps, I usually have some students getting the wrong end of the stick and thinking I'm asking for the time, because in their head, temps is time. And actually, they think I've asked il est quelle heure. But you see, il fait quel temps is what's the weather like, il est quelle heure is what's the time. Also, if you still get them mixed up, remember that il fait applies to the weather. Il est applies to the time, if you have problems remembering. What I've done here is giving you a few examples of how to use temps properly. This is a side note in the video. This is to help you. I'll give you a few examples. Je suis arrivé juste à temps. I arrived just in time. As we said before, à temps is in time. Il est temps de partir. It's time to go. On a perdu du temps dans les embouteillages. It's a very good word, embouteillage. It actually means a bottleneck or a traffic jam. We wasted some time in traffic jams. Le temps passe vite. Time passes quickly. The next one, as we've seen in the last sentence, le temps passe vite, brings me to this one, vite versus rapide. Just remember one thing. Vite means quickly. Rapide means quick. Usually, because vite doesn't end in ment, people don't see why it should be quickly. They think it means quick, but it doesn't. So whenever you want to say it's a fast car or I have a fast car, you need to say c'est une voiture rapide. Don't say c'est une voiture vite. It doesn't mean anything. You wouldn't say a quickly car in English. So remember, vite is quickly, rapide is quick. There's an interesting one. I've added it in. It's not really a word in itself. It's more how we say in the morning when it's a time frame. Because in French is mostly used for when you're physically in something. So you would never say dans le matin. You would say le matin. You don't need dans. Le matin in French means the morning. It also means in the morning. Same if you want to say on Sundays. On would mean physically on top of something, which is why you don't need it here. So replace it with le. Le dimanche. Not en dimanche. This is what I hear all the time. And that's wrong. That doesn't mean anything. le dimanche. It means on Sundays or every Sunday. Just like le matin means in the morning. It could also mean every morning, depending on the context. The next one is je pense versus je pense que. You may remember in a previous video me talking about je pense to mean I think so. It's quite a handy shortcut. Je pense que is I think that. You can never use je pense to mean I think that on its own. You have to have the que. So if you want to say I think it's true, in French you'd say je pense que c'est vrai. I think that it's true. Not je pense c'est vrai. If you say je pense c'est vrai, it's two sentences rolled into one. It means I think so, it's true. It doesn't really make any sense. You've got to remember that, which is implied in English, has to be stated in French. Je pense que c'est vrai. And this is true for a lot of things you do in French. You kind of have to deconstruct the English sentence and write it all out in the deconstructed way, and that's how it works. Thank you for watching. Like this video if you've enjoyed it and subscribe for more videos like this one. And if you want to claim your free ebook, The 12 Golden Rules of French, just click the link in the description. I'll see you in the next video. À bientôt.